Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change, where everyday coins can turn into extraordinary fortunes. Today, we're diving deep into the incredible story of the 1987 D. Lincoln 1-cent penny, a seemingly ordinary coin that has stunned collectors and investors by reaching an astonishing market value of $76,894. That's right, just one penny, struck in Denver in 1987, is now worth nearly 80 grand. You might even have one of these valuable coins in your possession without knowing it. So stay tuned, because we're going to break down everything you need to know about this coin's fascinating history, what to look for, how it became so rare, and what makes it worth such a massive sum in today's coin collecting market. History of the 1987 D. Lincoln cent. Let's start with the basics. The 1987 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small D mint mark located just below the date on the obverse of the coin. Like all Lincoln cents since 1959, the obverse of the 1987 penny features the bust of Abraham Lincoln, sculpted by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse, at least up until 2008, features the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. In total, over 4.4 billion 1987 D. Lincoln pennies were struck that year, so at first glance, this coin might seem very common. But what makes one single example stand out and command such a massive premium? The answer lies in a combination of minting anomalies, die varieties, preservation, rarity, and collector demand. Why this coin is so valuable now? Let's get to the heart of the matter. Why is this particular 1987 D. Lincoln cent worth $76,894? First, understand that this is not just any 1987 D. penny. It is an extremely rare error coin, or possibly a unique die variety, struck under circumstances that led to a perfect storm of rarity, condition, and demand. One of the key features of this coin that has driven its value is its incredible condition, graded as MS68 or higher by a major third-party grading service such as PCGS or NGC. Mint State 68 is in near-perfect condition, with only a few coins ever reaching this level of preservation out of billions minted. But that's not all. The $76,894 coin may also contain an ultra-rare minting anomaly, such as a double die obverse, off-center strike, wrong planchet error, or even an unreported transitional metal composition. For example, some coins from this era were mistakenly struck on copper planchets instead of the standard copper-plated zinc planchets introduced in 1982. A copper 1987 D. penny would weigh about 3.11 grams, compared to the typical 2.5 grams of a zinc-based coin. If authenticated and verified, such an error could make the coin vastly more valuable to collectors and investors. Rarity and CERTIFIC. Another reason this coin is so valuable is its certified rarity. According to population reports from grading services, coins of this caliber and grade are exceedingly rare. Out of the billions of coins produced, only a microscopic handful achieve such pristine condition. Moreover, many coins that come close in appearance are not submitted for grading, so the pool of known top-quality examples is very limited. The coin fetching $76,894 was most likely sold through a major auction house, such as Heritage Auctions or Stack's Bowers, where enthusiastic bidding between collectors drove the price sky-high due to its unique attributes and immaculate preservation. Market value and demand. Let's talk about the market. Why are people willing to pay so much for a penny from 1987? The answer lies in collector psychology and investment behavior. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is not just a hobby, it's also a booming niche of alternative investing. People seek out top-grade, rare coins as physical assets that tend to appreciate in value over time. Coins like the 1987 D. Lincoln cent in near-perfect condition are highly sought after because of their aesthetic appeal, their place in American history, and their extreme scarcity. As supply remains nearly zero and demand continues to rise, prices naturally skyrocket. Auction records prove that people are willing to pay tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, for unique or condition-rare coins. This makes the 1987 D penny a poster child for how even modern coins can break price records if the right conditions are met. How to identify if you have ONE. So, how do you know if your 1987 D Lincoln penny could be worth thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars? Start by weighing it. A copper penny weighs 3.11 grams. If your coin matches that weight, it could be a transitional planchet error and may be worth sending to a grading service. Next, examine the coin for minting anomalies such as doubling on the date, Liberty, or Lincoln's face, especially around the eyes and beard. Use a 10x loupe or digital microscope. Check for off-center strikes, missing letters, and unusual coloring. If you suspect your coin is something special, consider sending it to a professional grading service such as PCGS, NGC, or Annex. A small investment in grading and authentication could result in a huge return if your coin is deemed rare or error-prone. How to sell a high-value PNY if you're lucky enough to own a valuable 1987 D penny. Your next step is finding the right venue to sell. Avoid selling to a random buyer or local pawn shop unless you're absolutely sure of its value. High-end coins like this should be listed through major auction houses that specialize in rare coins. Online marketplaces like Heritage Auctions, Great Collections, or even eBay, if done carefully with professional photography and grading, can yield strong results. Make sure your coin is certified and include high-resolution images, weight, grade, and clear photos of all error features. Build anticipation and list during peak numismatic auction seasons when buyers are more active. You may be surprised by how high the bidding can go. In conclusion, the 1987 D Lincoln 1-cent penny is a reminder that extraordinary value can be hidden in the most ordinary places. What makes this coin worth $76,894 isn't just luck. It's a combination of minting rarity, pristine condition, collector demand, and authentication. While billions were produced, only one or two specimens might meet all the criteria needed to reach this exceptional value. If you have an old penny jar or pocket change lying around, don't overlook your coins. You could be holding onto a small copper or zinc fortune. And now you know what to look for. If you found this video informative, be sure to give it a like, share it with fellow collectors, and subscribe for more deep dives into rare coins that could make you rich. Thanks for watching, and remember, every coin tells a story, but some stories are worth a fortune. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we have an exciting topic for all of you coin collectors and enthusiasts out there. We'll be diving into the history and value of a very rare and highly sought-after coin, the 2014 Lincoln 1-cent penny with NO mint mark. Now, if you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and leave us a comment down below to tell us what you think about this rare coin. So, let's jump right into it. The history of the 2014 NO mint mark Lincoln penny. The U.S. Lincoln 1-cent penny has been around for over a century and is one of the most widely circulated coins in the country. However, what makes the 2014 Lincoln 1-cent penny so special? Typically, the U.S. Mint places a mint mark on coins to indicate where they were produced. You've probably seen mint marks like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But in 2014, some Lincoln pennies were released without any mint mark at all. The absence of a mint mark on a penny is unusual. It's not something that happens every year, and it's the main reason that these particular pennies are so valuable to collectors. You see, these pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which usually places a P mint mark on coins struck there. However, in 2014, the U.S. Mint did something unexpected. They released a batch of pennies with no mint mark at all, and that's where the rarity comes in. Now, this might seem like a small mistake or anomaly, but in the world of coin collecting, it's something that makes these pennies stand out in a big way. It's that missing mint mark that catches the eyes of collectors looking for rare coins that could be worth a lot of money. How the 2014 NO mint mark penny was discovered. So, how did collectors discover the 2014 penny with no mint mark? Well, It all started when sharp-eyed coin enthusiasts noticed that some of the 2014 pennies weren't carrying the usual mint marks. While most collectors are familiar with the typical minting process and the presence of the P, D, or S marks, the unmarked 2014 pennies raised some eyebrows. It's not like they were intentionally released as a special collector's item. This was more of an oversight or an anomaly in the minting process, which led to the missing mint mark. But because of that, these coins became a hot topic in the world of numismatics, and suddenly, people started looking through their change and coin collections, hoping to find one of these rare, unmarked pennies. The rarity and demand now. Let's talk about the rarity of this coin. In 2014, billions of pennies were minted, but only a limited number of these unmarked 2014 pennies were released into circulation. As a result, they are incredibly rare, making them highly valuable to collectors who are always on the lookout for something unique to add to their collection. There's a high demand for the 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny, and that demand has driven up its value. But what exactly is this coin worth today? Well, let's talk about the money. The worth of the 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny. Here's where things get really exciting. The 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny is currently worth a lot of money. While most modern pennies are worth only 1 cent, this particular penny is worth much more due to its rarity and historical significance. As of now, the 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny has been known to sell for upwards of $41,000. Yes, you heard that right, $41,000 for a single penny. Of course, the value can vary depending on the condition of the coin, its provenance, and whether it has been authenticated. But even a slightly worn example of this coin can fetch a significant amount of money. It's important to note that the price can fluctuate depending on the current market and how many of these rare coins are available for sale. If you're lucky enough to have one of these rare pennies in your possession, you could be holding onto a small fortune. How to tell if you have a 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny? So, how do you know if you have one of these valuable 2014 NO Mint Mark pennies in your collection? The first step is to check for the absence of the mint mark. As we mentioned earlier, most 2014 pennies were minted in Philadelphia and should have a P mint mark. But the 2014 NO Mint Mark pennies are missing this, making them stand out. Next, you'll want to carefully inspect the condition of the coin. Coins in mint condition or near mint condition are typically worth more than those with heavy wear or damage. Look for any signs of scratches, discoloration, or damage that could affect the coin's value. If you suspect that you've found one of these rare pennies, your next step should be to have it authenticated by a professional grading service. A professional certification will verify the coin's authenticity and grade, and that will help determine its market value. Having a certificate of authenticity can make a big difference when it comes time to sell your coin. Why the 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny is so valuable. So, why is this particular penny worth so much money? The main reason is rarity. The fact that only a small number of these unmarked pennies were produced and released into circulation makes them incredibly rare. And rarity is one of the biggest factors that drives up the value of a coin in the numismatic market. Another reason for its value is its connection to the Lincoln penny series, which is one of the most beloved and iconic coin series in U.S. history. Lincoln pennies have been collected for generations, and anything that's rare or unusual in that series automatically garners attention. How to sell your 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny? If you happen to own a 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny and want to sell it, there are a few options. You can auction it off through an online platform like eBay, or you can take it to a local coin dealer who specializes in rare and valuable coins. However, keep in mind that selling a coin like this requires proper documentation and authentication. To get the most value for your penny, it's essential to know its market worth and ensure it's properly authenticated before putting it up for sale. You might also want to consult with an expert or a professional coin appraiser to ensure you get the best deal. There you have it. The 2014 NO Mint Mark Lincoln penny is one of the most valuable and fascinating modern coins out there. With a current market value of up to $41,000, It's a coin that has definitely captured the attention of collectors around the world. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who loves finding rare coins, keep an eye out for this unique penny. You never know, you could be sitting on a small fortune. If you enjoyed this video and learned something new today, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment below. We'd love to hear your thoughts or any experiences you've had with finding rare coins. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.